who led that hearing warns we still have no way of stopping enemies like China from using drones to spy on us. GOP Congressman Carlos Jimenez joins us now. So they're saying they either belong to the U.S. government or they don't. And if our military or FBI doesn't know that, that's a problem, right?
Yeah,
it is a huge problem. And
either the government knows the drones are associated with the United States or it doesn't. All right, let's return to the clip here.
For the challenges and the threats that these drones and other drones may pose to our facilities, but also to American citizens.
Who specifically, which agency head would you say is most responsible for knowing this? Who should know this? Who should be on top of this and giving us information?
It should be Alejandro Mayorkas. This is a threat to the homeland. And so both him and also the Department of Defense, if these drones are buzzing around sensitive areas. And so those two are the ones that are mainly responsible. And that's part of the problem too, is that we have agencies all over the place that have some money allocated to drone defense. It really should be focused so that we understand this threat. By the way,
this is an example of some footage of supposed drones flying over the night skies of New Jersey. They appear almost as if fireflies or shooting stars. This is a time lapse, so they are slower moving than as seen. This poster, E. Banger, he claims that the drones could represent UFOs. Here's an image of one of the things captured with a Sony A7 1V 600mm lens over Little Egg Harbor, New Jersey. Given that the incoming president has a national golf club here in New Jersey, as well as a personal home, it's very important to know the source of the drones. There are other important sensitive locales, such as the Picatinny Arsenal military base. Congressman Jeff Van Drew makes this dramatic statement on Fox News concerning his high-level source info on the identity of the drones. Let's listen in and think about the protection of Donald Trump and claims against him and his safety by the country of Iran. An example here at Politico, Iran has a hit list of former Trump aides. BBC, Trump warned by U.S. intelligence of Iran. That word.
Well, here's the real deal, Harris. I'm also on the Transportation Committee, on the Aviation Subcommittee, and I've gotten to know people. And from very high sources, very qualified sources, very responsible sources, I'm going to tell you the real deal. Iran launched a mothership probably about a month ago that contains these drones. That mothership is off, I'm going to tell you the deal. It's off the east coast of the United States of America. They've launched drones. It's everything that we can see or hear. And again, these are from high sources. I don't say this lightly. Now, we know there was a probability it could have been our own government. We know it's not our own government because they would have let us know. It could have been some really hobbyists that were doing something unbelievable. They don't have the technology. But let's pretend that's possible. The third possibility was somebody, an adversarial country, doing this. Know that Iran made a deal with China to purchase drones, motherships, and technology in order to go forward. The sources I have are good. They can't reveal who they are because they are speaking to me in confidentiality. These drones should be shot down. Whether it was some crazy hobbyist that we can't imagine, or whether it is Iran, and I think it very possibly could be, they should be shot down. We are not getting the full deal, and the military is on alert with this.
Look,
That's very startling if true. He states that if it was the United States, we would know about it. I assume the we in this case meaning members of Congress. Remember, there's a region down under, quite a large region, with many capabilities we don't understand, unseemly capabilities. Could there be a transnational power which occasionally chooses to test the sovereignty of the world's largest superpower? Could that be what we're seeing here? The All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office is tasked with explaining any unidentified anomalous phenomena. That would include unidentified drones. What does Dr. John Kozlowski think about this? On what these things could possibly be, Ashton Forbes notes that there's this video out there that uses a telescope at 200 times magnification claims to see a field around an object. Let's watch.
Anytime I try to zoom in with my camera all the way up to the drone, this is what I get. It has a round, like, shield around it. Fucking nuts. Well, right? That's zoomed in. 100.
It looks to me like a star through amateur telescope.
208, and I'll show you the drone right now. Up in the sky.
He also comments, too bad we don't have some kind of persistent infrared surveillance system constantly scanning the entire planet. Otherwise, we'd be able to figure out what these drones are and where they're coming from. Oh wait, we do. SBIRS, the space-based infrared system. And so from this, you would posit that the US government likely knows where the drones come from. Either they materialized through advanced tech in the vicinity of New Jersey, or there is a mothership. The US government would know that. Yet this is what the governor of New Jersey knows. It says mayor, but really it's the governor.
What is going on, and why is it taking so long to come up with an explanation?
Yeah, it's a good, I don't blame people for being frustrated. Let me say, most importantly, right up front, we see no evidence, and I say we, this includes Homeland Security, FBI, Secret Service, our state police, authorities at all levels of government. The most important point to say is we don't see any concern for public safety. That's number one. Number two, having said that, it's really frustrating that we don't have more answers as to where they're coming from and why they're doing what they're doing. We had last night 49 sightings. I was on with the White House and Homeland Security leadership literally at the very top yesterday for pretty much all day.
That's a pretty big deal. So the governor of New Jersey was with White House leadership discussing the identity of these things. A big enough deal for various high-level discussions, yet despite Sibbers, we don't know what it is or where it comes from. You really believe that? And remember when I played that clip for you of Jeff Van Drew saying that his high-level source claims Iran connection? Well, let's look what the Pentagon said earlier today.
Sabrina, can you tell me what the Pentagon is doing to address this issue of drone sightings over New Jersey? It's near sensitive installations, the FBI is involved. What is the Pentagon doing?
Sure. So at this time, aware of those drone sightings that have been reported, at this time we have no evidence that these activities are coming from a foreign entity or the work of an adversary. We're going to continue to monitor what is happening, but at no point were our installations threatened when this activity was occurring.
Can you rule out that these are American drones or U.S. military drones?
These are not U.S. military drones. Again, this is being investigated by local law enforcement. What our initial assessment here...
Isn't that weird? So we have a representative of the Pentagon saying these are not U.S. military drones. Our local law enforcement is investigating. Isn't that odd? Just remember what I told you. Just remember. We may find out soon. We may. Peace.